Hello guys, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm back with another Star Wars Black Series review. I still have a few more to do, as well as some other reviews of figures. I did say at the end of my last video what my plans was, as far as that goes, but YouTube cut the end of my video, so sorry about that. But I've cleared that up. We're going to be looking at the Stormtrooper today. He's the second release. Well, he didn't come in the fancy packaging or anything like that. So he's sort of newish, but not new. Yeah, I'll get right into it. Starting with the packaging. So like I've said before, I really like these boxes, so I tried to get all my Black Series figures in these boxes. I also like the standard Marvel Legends boxes as well, so I tried to get figures with them boxes where I can. The only one that sets this one apart from the last one I showed you was that this one's for the Stormtrooper. Instead of Darth Vader, it says Stormtrooper on the side, his name there, or your normal sort of information. You have the Hasbro thing there, and it does say Disney on the back. I'm going to the back anyway, because I'm going to read this for you quick. Now, like I've said, these bios are hit or miss. Some of them are really good, some of them are really bad. This one says, Stormtroopers are elite shock troops, frantically loyal to the Empire, and impossible to sway from imperial cause. They wear imposing white armor, which offers a wide range of survival equipment and temperature controls to allow the soldiers to survive in almost any environment, except for being shot at by rebels, I'm guessing. Yeah. So I'm fairly happy with this figure. I mean, it came with quite a lot. Well, not quite a lot, but it came with two guns, so I was fairly happy with it. I mean, they can't do much better with a Stormtrooper. They could have just given him the one gun, which would have sucked, but as it turns out, they gave us both this gun in this holster here. I think that one comes with nearly every trooper you get. A little smudge in there on him. Yeah. And then you get this long gun, and they've done that gunmetal paint over it, so that's pretty nice. Let's quickly go through some other details quick, if you can see them. My camera's not great, but the blues in there are really nice with the lines. The grey on the teeth, I know that's not supposed to be teeth, it's, you know, where the nose is or something, I'm not sure, but they did a really nice job of capturing the original Stormtrooper look there. So I'm really happy with that. And then pretty much all over it is the standard white armour they have. On the abdomen there, all the lines there, all the little dots and buttons and what have you there. He comes with that little hole on his back, so I'm guessing you could do some custom work to this thing. And this little tube thingy here, which I'm sure is a back to tank. I'm not really sure, don't quote me on that, but you know, in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game for the PlayStation 2, you picked up a lot of back to tanks and they'd heal you and stuff, so I imagine that's what that is. But yeah, fairly nice detail, really good likeness captured. Let's get on to the articulation. So I'm fairly certain that this is my most articulated Star Wars figure to date. I don't have all the Black Series, not even nearly most of them. But yeah, the articulation's pretty awesome compared to the others, so we'll start with the head. Now, this guy has loads of movement in the head. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that. It's really good for when you want to get some sort of comic, sort of, pictures and stuff like that. So he has real good range of motion all the way around. Of course, if you lift it up so far, you can see the ball peg under there, which is obviously not a good thing. But still, props for the head articulation. That's pretty cool. He has waist sort of articulation. It turns, it goes forwards and backwards. Not a lot. Seems stiff on my figure. Then he has the double jointed knees and legs. Double jointed arms and knees, which, you know, you're probably familiar with by now. They give you just about 45, if not a little bit more, so that's pretty cool. And then he has the ankle pivot, you know, that's pretty awesome when they do that. I feel like this figure shares more of its articulation with Marvel Legends than it does the Black Series figures, and that's kind of cool. So overall, not a bad figure. And also as well, I probably shouldn't show people this because I'll get a lot of rage, but you can, with some finagling, you can get this big long gun into this holster. It doesn't hold super well, comes up possibly way too far, but he still stores it fine, I guess. So that's there if you want to do that with your figure. Obviously, just be careful you don't get it lodged in there too far. Right, now moving on to posability. And I want to start with him holding this gun in his hand to show you. I've tried every way to get him holding this gun with both hands, and he doesn't seem to want to be able to do it. If anyone else has done it, please let me know how you've done that. But yeah, he can't seem to hold his long gun with both hands, which obviously is a problem because he's got double jointed elbows. You'd think he should be able to, but he just can't. So I've got him in this pose right now, just checking his weapon, you know. There he is in a bit more of an action pose, holding both of his guns. So, oh my god, that was disgusting. I'm really sorry. Pardon me. But yeah, here's a pose of him holding both of his weapons. This looks super imposing, really, really cool to display, but I've never actually seen a Stormtrooper wield two weapons and look this badass. So, as cool as it is, it don't make all the sense in the world to display him like this. I'm just showing you can do that. So, yeah. Now, with the one smaller weapon, he can hold it in both hands, as you can see there. It just doesn't look very convincing. I don't feel like people hold a gun like that when they're going to walk around shooting. It just rears off to the side a little bit too much, but I still think this looks really cool. Obviously, the big gun is holstered there. Looks really nice. Some people disagree, say I'm a bozo for doing that. That weapon doesn't go in there, but this still looks pretty awesome, just like this, and it's how I've come to decide I'm going to pose my Stormtrooper. And my last pose. So, the last pose is basically Darth Vader choking him. I'm sure this has happened quite a lot of times, although I'd like to think Darth doesn't pick on the Stormtroopers as much as he does those, officers, the Imperial officers. They are out on the field with him, but you can make this work. This isn't super convincing choke pose. I did have him in a better one, but, you know, I've had to stop and start this a few times. Had a couple of mistakes. It's life, but there you go. There's the last pose. And I just want to quickly say, stay tuned because I've got more Black Series reviews coming up and some Marvel Legends and Transformers and maybe the odd DC video here and there. Once again, hope you had a good Christmas. Happy New Year. And this is me done for today, so I will see you guys very soon.